Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Learning is not child's play. We cannot learn without pain. No great mind has ever existed without a touch of madness. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Happiness is the meaning and the purpose of life, the whole aim and end of human existence. The educated differ from the uneducated as much as the living differ from the dead. He is his own best friend and takes delight in privacy, whereas the man of no virtue or ability is his own worst enemy, and is afraid of solitude. The aim of art is to represent not the outward appearance of things, but their inward significance. Wishing to be friends is quick work, but friendship is a slow ripening fruit. Those who educate children well are more to be honored than they who produce them, for these only gave them life, those the art of living well. I count him braver who overcomes his desires than him who conquers his enemies, for the hardest victory is over self. I have gained this by philosophy. I do without being ordered what some are constrained to do by their fear of the law. All human actions have one or more of these 7 causes: chance, nature, compulsion, habit, reason, passion, and desire. Dignity does not consist in possessing honors, but in the consciousness that we deserve them. Wise men speak when they have something to say, fools speak because they have to say something. Courage is the first of human qualities because it is the quality which guarantees the others. Hope is a waking dream. To perceive is to suffer. Happiness depends upon ourselves. A friend to all is a friend to none. Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. The law is reason free from passion. Philosophy can make people sick. He who has overcome his fears will truly be free. Poverty is the parent of revolution and crime. Those who know, do. Those that understand, teach. The antidote for 50 enemies is one friend. Youth is easily deceived because it is quick to hope. Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work. Mothers are fonder than fathers of their children because they are more certain they are their own. It is not enough to win a war. It is more important to organize the peace. The high-minded man must care more for the truth than for what people think. To write well, express yourself like the common people, but think like a wise man. Learning is an ornament in prosperity, a refuge in adversity, and a provision in old age. For the things we have to learn before we can do them, we learn by doing them. The only stable state is the one in which all men are equal before the law. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. He who cannot be a good follower cannot be a good leader. Without friends, no one would want to live, even if he had all other goods. The more you know, the more you know you don't know. It is not always the same thing to be a good man and a good citizen. Comedy aims at representing men as worse, tragedy as better than in actual life. Where your talents and the needs of the world cross, there lies your vocation. All persons ought to endeavor to follow what is right, and not what is established. Character may almost be called the most effective means of persuasion. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. The energy of the mind is the essence of life. Wit is educated insolence. All men by nature desire to know. Happiness is a state of activity. A friend is a second self. The secret to humor is surprise. Nature does nothing uselessly. Through discipline comes freedom. All paid jobs absorb and degrade the mind. Misfortune shows those who are not really friends. Great men are always of a nature originally melancholy. Fear is pain arising from the anticipation of evil. We make war that we may live in peace. To lead an orchestra, you must turn your back on the crowd. In all things of nature there is something of the marvelous. One swallow does not make a summer, neither does one fine day. Similarly, one day or brief time of happiness does not make a person entirely happy. Excellence is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, and intelligent execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Anybody can become angry, that is easy, but to be angry with the right person and to the right degree and at the right time and for the right purpose and in the right way, that is not within everybody's power and is not easy. Man is by nature a social animal. An individual who is unsocial naturally and not accidentally is either beneath our notice or more than human. Society is something that precedes the individual. Anyone who either cannot lead the common life or is so self-sufficient as not to need to, and therefore does not partake of society, is either a beast or a god.